What's going on, Doc Squad? It is your favorite doc, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and once again, today I am going to bring you real conversations, real healing, and real results. So welcome to In Session with Dr. Bryant. Today, my guest's name is Yana. She has been waiting to be able to process through, what I call her stuff. And Yana has spent decades of attempting to find the right fit, the right therapist, the right coach, the right person to be able to help her not just only get in contact with her emotions, but unpack and process what that weight is. And so I don't want to tell her story for her. I want y'all to hear it yourself. And Doc's going to do what I do, and I'm going to unpack. And of course, the goal is the duality of Yana being able to process and get to a place of healing, get some tools that she can take home and use as a lifestyle, something that can be a preventative measure for her, and for you all who are watching to be able to identify with her story or not, but either way to be able to learn something from her testimony, something from her ministry, and something from her pain. And so I am beyond honored and extremely privileged to be able to be here and be in her pain with her. And so without further ado, I want you all to meet my wonderful, amazing, vulnerable, and courageous guest, Yana.
Hi. I have waited 50 years, 50, that's 50, for this opportunity, for this blessing, for this work. You have no idea, 50 years.
I love that. So let's just dive right in. When you say you've been waiting 50 years, give me some of the weight. What have you been carrying for 50 years? What have you been waiting to unpack, to process, to dive into?
Generational pain, generational trauma, mental and physical generational abuse that no one has ever unpacked before, but carried on and passed on to me. And I am so mentally strong because life just is life. And when you're a strong individual, a lot of people look at you and think that, everything's good, everything's fine. But internally, you're corrupt, you're dying, you're looking for other giants. When you're a giant and the universe blesses you to be such, you find yourself very lonely, more lonelier than others.
Wow.
And you find yourself constantly asking the universe, okay, universe, you've turned me into a giant. I accept, I've done well, but however, where does a giant go to get replenished? Where are the other giants? If you're a believer, right, as I am, in the spiritual, you know that it is him who replenishes you, right? But what about in the physical?
Yeah.
So this opportunity, the statement that I make to you that I've been waiting for this giant for 50 years is like no other. So you're the giant that I've been seeking. You're the giant that I've been crying for internally. And everything at its due time, right? Maybe if this would have happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or even yesterday, it was just not the time. Right now, it's my time. And you're presenting me with the gift like no other.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your pain, trusting the process, trusting yourself, and obviously trusting God. You mentioned something. You said, I'm very strong. I'm very strong, and I'm a giant. Those two things are survival mechanisms that we develop as a coping mechanism to be able to survive a wilderness. Give me some of what has been in your wilderness that has shaped you to believe that, look, I not only have to be strong, I have to lead with I am strong because I'm protecting against all of this. What is this that you've been protecting against that has made you understand that if I'm not strong in this, then I don't survive it.
The assault of humanity. I grew up in a very small family with both parents being exceptionally abusive simultaneously at a very young age. One parent is verbally abusive consistently because maybe that was passed down to them and they never had an opportunity to unpack that or resolve that or deal with that. And the second parent, physically abusive. Same instance, both dumping all of this onto a child consistently for years. So, and then you grow up with
Wait,
that.
pin that. You said dumping this onto a child consistently for years. Can you, if you're okay with it, can you describe in detail some of the verbal abuse and the physical abuse? Take us there.
Yeah, so for example, from my father, who was the verbally abusive one. And that's trauma like no other because
What did that sound like? What did
It's-
that look like?
it looked like I was less than. It looked like I should have been a male, not a female. It looked like nothing that I ever did was going to be good enough because from the beginning I was a disappointment. I was a disappointment at birth because my dad always wanted a son and ended up with 2 daughters.
And because he wanted a son, how did you get treated in that what you just said, that disappointment of, I got a daughter but not a son? How did he show up? What was your experience of him with that?
He showed up with expectations of me having high masculine traits. And here's where that strength and
We talked
resilience,
about that
right.
masculinity energy that you mentioned.
Exactly. And so throughout the years, because he exuded that I had to always lead with masculine energy, he put me in situations where I was consistently surrounded with nothing but masculine energy. And so I started to be able to build myself that way, leading more with my masculinity than femininity. And as we dig deeper, that destroyed my adult life.
So when you say leading with your masculine energy, give me some of what that looks like on you, not on a woman, but on Yana. When Yana is in her masculine energy, who is she? How is she showing up? How are people experiencing you?
Beast mode, really beast mode. Breaking down barriers, kicking down walls, unnecessarily aggressive.
And that's physically doing these things, like literally physically exhibiting these behaviors?
Literally, physically, and a lot of people don't know what to do with that. It's so intimidating. It closed doors for those that are not willing to understand or appreciate where that's coming from. And so that has been all of my life.
So let me ask you this. When you were in the masculine energy you just described, what message were you trying to send?
You can't hurt me. No matter what you do, you cannot hurt me. And even if you do hurt me, you'll never know.
Yeah. Did you being in that energy avoid the pain all the time or the hurt that you were attempting to avoid? Or did you still experience hurt and pain?
I internally and in my isolation outside of the world, I experienced and felt all of it.
All of it, yeah.
But to the outside, no one ever knew. Because again, I have to be strong. Again, I was raised to be that resilient giant that I never wanted to be.
Yeah. Let me ask this. Within all of the I'm going to be as big as I can be energy, so not to fuck with me is what I hear you saying.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
With all of that, you said that ruined my life. That put me in a place of loneliness.
I don't want to say that it ruined my
Wait,
life.
but meaning,
it just changed my trajectory of
right,
my life.
but at what point, and if there was a point, talk about that, Did you ever allow yourself to be loved, to be seen, to be nurtured, to be vulnerable?
Never, because the extent of the pain that the two most closest people in my life gave me, they never taught me that.
Taught you what?
They never taught me that it was okay to be human. I was raised to be a machine. Every move, very calculated. Every thought, very robotic.
Very transactional.
Very, very transactional. And that, as we unpack that later on again, changed the trajectory of my relationships.
Yeah. So where's your heart now?
It's where it's always been.
Where is it?
It's missing. Where is it?
Where did you leave it at last?
With the 5-year-old me.
Doing what? With who?
With myself.
What was the 5-year-old doing? What was the 5-year-old you doing at that moment when you said, this is where I left my heart at?
Wanting to die.
Why? Don't hold that in.
What does a 5-year-old do with the pain? With the not understanding?
Not understanding what?
Not understanding why.
Why what?
Why these people are doing this together,
And
simultaneously, at the same time.
And at 5, what were they doing at 5? In your mind, what narrative did you tell yourself at 5 they're doing to me?
Loving me. That's how they love me.
And so for you...
That was my worth to them, especially to my dad. That was my worth. And so that just...
Which explains why you said, I would kick in doors, break down doors, put my hands on people, because that was what you were taught was love. Love was pain for you. And so my way of showing either I love you or I feel like I'm being loved, they're both pain.
Yeah.
So if I feel like you're loving me, then guess what I'm fighting against and resisting? The pain that I associate love to. And if I feel like I'm starting to love you, then guess what I have to insert into this?
Thank you.
Pain, right?
Right.
Because for you, pain had become love.
Right.
Not knowing at 5 that it was abuse and it was dysfunction.
Right. Yeah.
So give me the moment as much as you can remember when the 5-year-old Yana left her heart here.
The one thing that has always stood out more so than anything else was the actions of my mom.
More than your dad?
More than my dad. Because what she did to me was inhumane. I was always a thin child. And my mom had this thing in her head that, you know, we work so hard to provide for you kids. We work so hard to provide for this house. Nothing here is going to be wasted, especially food. And I was a thin child. Like, I was very sporty-like. I didn't eat much. And she didn't like that. She didn't like that what she gave me every day for breakfast, which was oatmeal, that I didn't finish it. She overfed me. And the first instance of abuse, when she overfed me, I regurgitated the food.
How old were you?
5.
Wow.
And she made me eat that.
Wait, she made you eat your vomit?
Yeah. Because I was wasting food.
Wow. I am so sorry to hear that. Wow. How many times did that happen? Well, just sit in that, first of all. Just sit right there. Take your time, sit in that. you can, tell me what's coming up.
The images of eating that. The images of eating that.
Was your sister there when?
No, I'm older. I'm 5 years older.
Oh, wow. Okay.
My sister, so she was new. She was just
She was
a baby.
Newborn. Tell me what a 5-year-old thinks while she is eating her vomit because she is too full to finish her plate at the hands of her mom telling her to do this. What is that 5-year-old feeling or thinking?
That I'm never going to do that again.
Never gonna do what again?
Throw up again. Like you could see it in the bowl. You could taste it. The way you see food changes.
Talk about that.
Like, I've never, after that, I've never thrown up again in my life. No matter how much I wanted to, regardless of different circumstances. I've never turned my nose up on any kind of food. I'll try any food. I'll eat any food. I've never been picky after that ever again.
If you can remember, what did your attitude, or if you can't remember, what do you believe your attitude in that moment became towards your mom?
I don't really know in that moment as a 5-year-old. I want to say truthfully, there's no answer to that. But later on, maybe in the double digits, because it continued, then it was nothing but hatred. Like I hated her.
Yeah.
Like I like death upon her. I hated her.
Oh yeah.
Because, even as an adult, when I tried to finally get enough courage to confront her, just like not accusing or anything like that.
More of an accountability
And
type
not
of conversation.
And accountability not even forced, but just wanting to know how come, like why?
Yeah.
Did your mom do that to you? No. Because we come from a middle-class family. So, like, I know my grandma, your mom, didn't treat you like that because she didn't treat me like that. She was actually my salvation the fuck away from you.
So what happened when you attempted to have that accountability conversation with your mom?
Very, very jokingly dismissive. Oh, I never did that. I never did. But how? We had child services called on us all the time. Why did they come? Just to come? You knew them? They were your friends? Like what?
And did they help? Did they save you?
No, because my mom was so good at her excuses. Oh, she just doesn't feel good. That's why I didn't, what? No. So I lied about everything to people that my mom had that could have saved me.
So who saved you in the long run?
Me. I saved me. And I stay saving me.
So you became the giant.
Yeah.
To save yourself.
Yeah. They forced me. They built me to do that. Every bowl, every hit, it just made me go higher and higher and higher in myself. But as I was building that giant, I was also difficult to articulate in words, but just dying inside. Empty.
Yeah.
Just empty. Walking around empty inside.
Yeah.
Lonely inside. To the outside, nobody even knew.
Yeah.
Because who would you say this to? And even if I did tell the world, like I'm choosing to tell you, what could they do? What could they do for me?
Yeah, and that's a result of, as a child, no one came to save you. And when DCSF, Child Services, came to save you, there still was no saving. Because, and I say this with all respect to your mom, but what you're describing is a mom who bullied you. And so the person who bullied you was also able to manipulate Child Services to say, no, we're good over here. And then you as a child go back into what? Captivity. So again, the outside world made a phone call with the attempt to save you, and there's no saving. So you grow up as a grown adult woman saying, yeah, it's just me against the world. Yeah, I mean, who can I trust to come in my 30s, in my 40s, and now in my 50s, who I can trust to have my back? It don't matter who I'm talking to. They can't help me. So you've learned to survive and be in a wilderness your entire life, and you've learned that everybody's a Goliath. And at any point in time, your David has to be big enough. It has to be big enough.
And my sword has to be sharper.
And all you have is you and your slingshot.
Yeah.
Which is, in your words, a very, very lonely world. Yeah. So let me ask this. When you have conversations with yourself, right, now as a woman, what is that narrative around you?
How did I make it this long? And why am I still here right now? Because I died already so long ago. Why am I here? For what?
So
What's the value?
Answer that. Why are you here?
In the spiritual, because you learn that when there's nobody else, and if you are strong enough, you learn that there has to be a greater something. So for me, why I am here, or still here, is to fulfill my lifelong mission, which is I have worked my entire adult life advocating for civil and social equality and rights.
Pretty much, you've been a servant. You've been in a service position. Yeah.
For people of color, all of my adult life. So that is my purpose. I feel like that is why I'm here. Honestly, if it wasn't for that, then I don't know.
And thank you for doing that, because, there's never enough servants and folks in service for any community, right, who is underserved or under-resourced, especially the Black community. We can't have enough. There's not enough resources. We can never have enough, I should say. So thank you for doing that. Want to pivot for a second. What is your relationship like today with your parents?
My father is deceased.
What was your relationship like before he passed away?
Very estranged, and estranged to the point where his death was sudden. He had a brain aneurysm at a young age in his early 50s.
Oh, wow.
And I never attended his funeral.
You did not attend?
No. For what? Was my thought. Why? What am I going to do there? I'm going to go to show face, but why? I hate him. Why would I sit there? I'm kind of okay with him being there. And with my mother, she is alive. And even till this day, with other conversations, she's a senior citizen. She's in her late 70s. I had to learn to accept her for the vulture that she was. and allow myself to forgive her to a certain extent that I would be able to stomach her.
When you say accept her, give me some of the inventory of the things you've accepted of your mother that you said, look, these are the things I'm just going to accept, that this is just the monster that she is. What are those things that you've accepted?
First and foremost, her being the grandmother of my daughter. Allowing my daughter time with her, knowing in the back of my head.
Wait, so you allow your daughter to have
a grandma.
One-on-one private time with her?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I got to ask, because I'm a little conflicted. Okay, but no judgment. I'm just asking because I want to understand. How did you get to that place of trusting your baby with a mother who abused you? Talk to me about that process.
Because my sister never experienced any of this. Any of this. Her life was completely different from both parents. My sister was never abused, ever. It was just me. And nor was my daughter. Ever.
So let me ask this. What story do you tell yourself about the reason why you were the only one abused?
Because I was the unwanted one from the beginning. And was treated as such all the time. When my parents would get into little bickering and argument amongst themselves, I could hear my mom telling my dad comments like, I should have had an abortion. Like, why did I have this child? Like, look at us now. Things like that. That would validate for me, even at such a young age, that I was always unwanted by them, and they treated me as such. What could I do? When you don't want something, you abuse it, you mistreat it, and you throw it away. And at the end of the day, unfortunately for them, I was their trash.
When did you learn to want yourself?
Sorry, what?
When did
That's the answer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I asked it.
Yeah.
It was definitely a sarcastic question.
Yeah.
So, how much of yourself have you been able to accept?
None.
So, you accepted parts of your mother, which is your abuser, before you even considered accepting parts of yourself.
I didn't know how. I do not know. I didn't know, and I do not know how to do that. How do you do that when you're someone's trash? Like, how do you do that?
But you accepted the trash woman. The one
But that
who
was my mom.
bottled you up and put you in the dumpster.
Yeah, that was
Right?
my mom.
Yeah.
I didn't see her as trash. I saw her as being my mom. I saw her that she was doing what she knew and how she knew. That's what I saw. I saw that she was treating me the way I deserved to be treated. She was raising me the way I deserved to be raised. That's what I saw.
And you accepted her first because your mother, as a young girl, is our first line, our first association, our first introduction to love within ourselves. And so for you, you said, let me accept her. And then only then maybe I can accept myself. Because our moms are a direct reflection of who we are. No matter how young or old we get, our moms are the direct only reflection we have of ourselves.
Right.
And if we can love our mama, even through their bullshit, at some point, the hopes is that we can love ourselves. And so what you did was you attempted to save her by accepting and loving her and give her something she's never given you.
Even till this day.
Yeah, that's the savior complex. If I can save her from her own pain, then maybe at some point she'll learn how to do what? Save me. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. I mean, has it?
No. It actually makes it worse on so many different levels, because then you take that with you to the world, and that's how you operate within my personal relationships, within my business relationships, with my friends, with my family, all of that.
Guess what you become as a savior? A people pleaser. And so now you've learned, oh, if I can save and please these people, they'll accept me, they'll love me.
Yeah.
And that also doesn't work. It does in an illusion, or when you start to compartmentalize things, and compartmentalization never works. That's just a way of coping. If I can put my mom in this box, then I can put her abuse in this box, which is separating them, and you can't separate a person from who they are. Then I can love her as mom and trust her with my daughter, and I'll just figure out how I just accept the abuse, or I'll just compartmentalize it, because I'm the only one it happened to. And then I will accept her and love her and save her, all while I'm attempting to save me and trying to get her to see, Mom, this is how you do it. This is what love looks like.
And at the same time, walking in silence with an unanswered question as to why. Okay, so you guys didn't get a son, but still, like, I'm already 10, I'm already 12, I'm already 15, I'm already 30.
Let me ask you this. What's the one thing you didn't get that you still want from your parents?
The answer to why.
And what would the answer to why do for you?
I don't know. Maybe nothing at this point. Maybe it would be a win of some sorts, because everything with them has just been a loss. It's just been so dark, so sad, so lonely.
Yeah.
Maybe it would just be some sort of a little win.
What answer would satisfy you?
That they knew not what the fuck they did. That they didn't realize the monster that they were creating. That they didn't realize that, to be honest, this is why people kill their parents.
Ooh, I felt that.
That they didn't realize this is why people kill themselves. That they didn't realize so many different things that turned into darkness because they didn't know. Maybe because they didn't have the parenting skills. I was the first child, the only child. They did with me the best that they knew how to do. And maybe just say that. Say we did the best that we knew how to do, and it wasn't the best that we knew how to do.
Do you believe that narrative?
I have convinced myself to believe that narrative.
Do you believe that they knew what they were doing?
I don't know.
Or do you not want to believe that?
I'm scared to believe.
Oof, yeah.
I'm scared to believe.
That someone could be that cruel and know it.
Not Yes, but for me, I'm scared for me to be able to sit in that truth that somebody would know, that they know that what they were doing to somebody that was defenseless, um, that somebody that was defenseless
And innocent.
and innocent.
Yeah. Where's your innocence now?
It's with the 5-year-old.
Yeah.
That 5-year-old's got suitcases with bricks in them
Yeah.
that even an adult would have a difficult time to carry,
Yeah.
period.
I want to do something with you really quick before we wrap up. I want you to uncross your legs and just sit comfortably. I want your hands on your thighs open in a receiving position. And I want you to close your eyes and just listen to my voice. I want you to picture yourself in a big, beautiful green pastures. I mean, it is so big, green, and beautiful. Oh my gosh. I want you to see it. I want you to find a bench. It could be as big or small as you want it to be. Find a bench. Go sit on that bench. Just go sit down. I want you to look around at how beautiful these green pastures are. It can have trees, it can have water, whatever you want it to have. Then I want you to picture your 5-year-old self out in those green pastures, just running around, being a kid. Then I want you to get up and...
I can't picture it.
It's okay. Stay there. Stay there. Whatever you can see of her, even if it's just an energy, whatever you can see, a piece of clothes, hair, anything. I want you to motion to her to come have a seat with you on that bench. Sit her down across from you. And then I want you to take her little hands and put them in your hands. I want you to give her a kiss on her forehead. And I want you to tell her, thank you. Tell her, thank you for being so strong. Tell her, thank you for getting you all as far as she has gotten you all. Tell her, thank you for trusting you. Then I want you to tell her you're sorry. Let that come. Don't hold that in. You're all right. Let that flow. Tell her I'm sorry that you had to be so strong. Yeah. Yeah. Tell her I'm sorry no one was there to protect you. I'm sorry you were unwanted. I want you to tell her she no longer has to protect you. And that you are going to allow her to be the kid that she should have always been allowed to be. Tell her that you got her now. Tell her she doesn't have to fight. She doesn't have to cry. And she no longer has to be in the dark. Squeeze her little hand just a little tighter. Squeeze her little hand just a little tighter. Mm-hmm. Then I want you to stand up with her. And I want you to give her the biggest hug she has ever received. Just love on her. Squeeze her, love on her, kiss on her. And only when you're ready, I want you to release the hug and let her go be the kid she deserves to be. Stay there. Take a deep breath in and let it out. When you're ready, tell me what you're feeling. But take your time.
I feel like I can give people a chance.
Why?
Because through this very brief process of relief, I gave that 5-year-old a chance. Still, that 5-year-old waited decades for a chance.
A chance at what?
At release. It's like a fucking Lifetime movie. Like, when you had me do the thing.
The meditation?
Yeah, I wasn't in a park.
Look, that's fine. Where were you?
I was in one of those. You know, those U-Haul, those moving storage containers that you get when you put your stuff, when you're renovating your home.
Yes.
I was in one of those.
Ooh.
It has no windows.
It has nothing.
It has no air.
It locks shut.
It locks. You don't have a key when you're on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom and my dad had the key. So I couldn't picture that park, those benches. What I pictured was a smell of mildew. I couldn't smell the flowers and the grass and the trees that you could smell in a park. There's no bench. It's a concrete.
Everything's hard, everything's rough, everything's
hard.
dark, everything is prison, everything's incarceration.
Yeah. But something
Everything
slid
is
the key.
powerless. Wow.
Something slid the key through the inside, and I was able to open the door.
Was that who? Was it her?
It was the little girl. That's the her.
Yeah.
It was the 5-year-old.
She slid the key.
She slid the key. She slid the key.
Yeah. It was the little giant
The little giant.
who came and saved you again.
Again. Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like it will take time, or that you can actually let her be free?
I think that at this point, at this stage in my life, I have no choice but to let her live, because she hasn't lived.
There you go. But I want to offer that, you know, you are the vessel for her still. So when you say let her live, that expression of her living
Is me living,
has to be through you.
for sure.
It's not separate. It's just your narrative of her needs to be reprogrammed.
Yeah.
That's it. It has to be different. Doesn't mean you negate the fact that she was abused. Doesn't mean you negate the fact that there was some hardship. But it does mean that you don't continue to clothe her with the victimized
Yeah.
narrative.
Yeah.
Freedom is victorious. That means that now when you think of her, when you talk with her, when you represent her as being playful in you, that you do that from a victorious space.
Yeah.
From a, I allowed my hardship to create victory in me, not victimization in me. Because victims calibrate and attract more to be victimized about. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And again, it's not us ever negating the hardship, but it's telling the story in a way that says, look at my victory.
Yeah.
Look at where I was, look at what we've been through, and look at what I'm able to stand on. I own a nonprofit. I'm in service. I'm changing lives. I'm helping people. The little girl in me didn't get help. So today I make sure that every freaking person I come in contact with gets help. That's victory.
Yeah.
That's not victimized mindset. That's my victimhood has been reprogrammed to victory. And I find it in everyone I come in contact with.
Yeah.
And I find it in the way that I tell my story, in the way that I conversate, in the way that I look at myself in the mirror. I even tell it in the way that I relationship with my mother.
And I also tell it in the way that I project onto people
Come
and
on.
how I treat people.
Come on.
So all of these people that I have victimized,
Come on.
knowing and unknowing, get to also live.
Yeah. And I want to offer a couple tools. One, you said all the people that I have victimized, right? I want you to reprogram that as well. I want you to, whether it's have a live conversation with him, whether it's have a spiritual conversation with him, or an internal conversation with him, I want you to apologize for what you didn't know and for what they didn't know. And this is not you apologizing for your mother who created this monster. It's you apologizing for not understanding how to process your pain and for projecting and bleeding on people
Yeah,
who some didn't even know you were cut.
exactly.
And some did, but didn't know how to facilitate. You said it earlier on, when I am projecting my pain, but the words you used was when I'm breaking down walls, when I am being as big as my pain is, they never knew how to facilitate me.
Yeah,
Because that pain was too heavy for that space, for that room, for that relationship, for almost probably any person but you. We are powerless when we can't identify our pain. We are powerless when we can't transform our pain into our victory. We're powerless. It's what you said happened in the meditation. Someone else has the keys, and usually we don't know who. And it's always us who has it. But it's in our healing. It's in our ability to be vulnerable, to let go. It's in our ability to see it in a different way. I always say a miracle is just a shift in perception. If we can see it different, we can receive it different. If we can see it different, we can live it different.
yeah,
And that's how we break generational curses. That's how we create functional pathologies
yeah.
and break dysfunctional pathologies.
Yeah.
So that's the first one. The second one is, as we wrap, I want you to give me a victor narrative that you are going to be responsible and I am going to hold you accountable for living in, for showing up in, for allowing people to experience you that in. And I want it to include reprogramming people-pleasing to allowing people to really see you so that you give yourself the opportunity to be loved unconditionally. People can't love you unconditionally unless they can see your conditions. And
Wow. People cannot love you unconditionally unless they see your conditions. That-
And it is important, Yana, I was very, very adamant about wanting to be loved unconditionally as a little girl. I said, you know what? Everyone I come in contact with is going to see every motherfucking part of me.
Yeah.
So I do what I call superwoman effect. Because if you can love all of me, then we on. But if you cannot, I'm not mad at you. You just are not equally yoked for me. I might be a gallon, and you might be a pint. Both are equally good. But if you can't facilitate my gallon, it just means I got to take all of this somewhere else. But I'm going to be fully who I am. I'm not going to compartmentalize myself. Because as little girls, when we grow up in wilderness, we grow up in survival mode, we learn that we're too much. And we start to compartmentalize who we are. Then we get in relationships with people who choose 30% that they can handle of us. And what do we do with the 70? We tuck it.
Yeah.
We tuck it.
What I was doing was pouring out of my whole gallon into your pint to elevate you to my level that you still could not sustain.
You know why? Because that's system overload for that pint.
Yeah.
If you pour all
Forcing
of you,
it.
it's system overload. And they drown,
Yeah.
and you're still on E.
Right.
If you pour only the pint that they have to sustain, guess what? They're filled up, but you're still,
Empty.
but you're not empty. You're still unfulfilled because you have all of this that
Yeah.
you have to suppress in order to be in a relationship with them.
Yeah.
This is why I say, look at my conditions. Look at my conditions. Even if you can't help me heal them, can you just hold space for them? And if you can hold space for them, and I make sure I'm accountable for what I do with my pain, and I'm making sure my pain does not project abuse on you, we can be in relationship and grow together. It's when you don't know, like you didn't know at some point in your life, that I am projecting this pain on you, and it is abusive.
Yeah.
Because all I know is abuse. So being with me, you get me. If all I know is abuse, you experience that. But if I have the awareness that, hold on, I got pain pockets that are unhealed, and I tell that to you, I can also teach you how to help me when I'm in that space. And now we are in a healthy, intimate relationship with unconditional love. Because I'm telling you that I'm an abandoned little girl. I'm telling you that when she inflames, I would tear this fucking place up.
Yeah.
So all I'm asking is if you see her start to inflame, you have permission to leave.
Yeah.
And I won't take it as sabotage. I won't take it as neglect.
Yeah.
Because I got to be able to process this on my own. And until I can be healthy in that space with you, I don't want you in that space of me. But I'm going to continue to work on myself so we can be healthy together. That is just what makes a healthy relationship. It's not two perfect people. It's two imperfect people being authentic about their shit, saying, I'm going to help you help me, and I need you to help me help you. And we understand when we need to pivot, and we understand when we need to sustain. But what we don't do is break our commitment. So if I leave this room because I know you need that moment, you can trust me to still be committed to you while I'm not in your presence, and vice versa.
Yeah.
That's the part that people
Yeah.
are afraid of.
Don't abandon me.
If you leave me, I don't have control.
Yeah.
If you're not in my presence, I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
So guess what? I can't work on me while you're not present. Because when you're not present, I'm in my anxious attachment. But secure attachment is, I needed my space for an hour. Yana knew that. And I trust her to still be my best friend, to still be my dog in those moments that she's not present with me. And when that hour is up, I can hit you and say, okay, girl, I'm good. There's no judgment. It's all love. But I want you to create this narrative out loud here so that we all hear it. And I want you to say it, and I want you to commit to standing on that. And I want you to commit to allowing people to see your conditions and not you clothe them with your pain. But let them see it, not be clothed with it. Because when we clothe them with our pain, that is the abuse that we put on them. That is the trauma dump that we put on them. And they ain't the ones we need to have the gun pointed at. They're not. They didn't create it. They're just now entering into a part of our world. And part of honoring ourselves is honoring the people who we love, who we allow in it. So give me the narrative. Give me your victory narrative. What does that look like for Yana, the 50-year-old woman who's standing in her shit, standing on her square, and standing in her healing? What does that look like?
It looks like jubilee. It really does. It looks like decades of enslavement unshackled. It looks feminine.
Come on, girl.
It looks feminine.
I got to say this, y'all. This is the first time that she has claimed the spirit of femininity over her.
In my life.
In her life. When we talked on the phone before this session, she said, Dr. Bryant, listen, I got masculine energy. I'm a whole lot to deal with. I'm a giant. I said, okay. I'll see you on set. She said, no, you don't get it.
Yeah.
Did you not? No one has ever been able to handle me.
Right.
I have been to therapists and everybody.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So let's see how good you are, because
Right.
nobody can handle me. I'm a giant.
Right. And all of this tissue thing happening over here, never.
And I say, Yana, the only reason why a woman is in her masculine energy is because she's unsafe and she has something to protect against.
Yeah.
I can't wait to love on you. I can't
Yeah.
wait to unpack with you. I cannot wait to see you.
Yeah.
Less work.
Verbatim. For sure.
And so just say that last part for me one more time, and then you can continue with your narrative. The feminine part.
For the first time in all my life, I am feminine. I get to now lead with that. A kinder, gentler, safe person.
Wait, I got to give you your flowers again. You said a safe person.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say a person I can be safe with.
No.
You said that
I'm
you
a safe
will be
person.
safe,
Yeah.
which means for yourself and for others who
That's right.
relationship with you.
Me
I
first.
love that.
Because if I could be
Love
safe,
that.
I could allow you to be safe.
Come on, Yana.
Because if I'm safe, I lead in relationships of any sort, whether it's personal or it's business. I allow you a chance to give me flowers. Where before I didn't need your flowers, I didn't want your flowers, I hated your flowers were not real flowers.
And they all stunk.
Exactly.
None of them.
Yeah, they weren't good enough flowers.
Wow.
They could have been $1,000 bouquet.
And that's
not
because,
good enough.
because you.
We're never good enough. But I am.
What,
The little
what,
girl.
Say it again.
I am.
In what?
In every regard. I'm safe. I'm good enough. I've protected myself long enough. And I get to walk and smile knowing that I don't have to keep going like that all the time, looking behind my back, waiting for it. It's a changed mindset. Just that little bit. It's a changed mindset to give myself a chance to actually smell air.
And can we add, if you don't ever get an answer from mom,
I'm never expecting an answer.
that you're good.
I'm good.
Either way.
I'm good.
Because
I'm
that gives her too much power.
Yeah.
And I want you to have your own power.
Yeah. I don't need an answer. My answer is my freedom. My answer was the key. Mm-hmm. My answer was my release. My answer is my freedom. My answer is my femininity that I lead with now.
Yeah, Yana is cooking. Okay, in my Glorilla voice, my country Glorilla, she is cooking. And we're going to end on this. I want you to look in this camera, and I want you to tell any woman who has gone through a journey similar to yours, who is stuck in when do I heal? What does that look like? What short just advice or inspiration would you give her?
To any woman that has ever faced severe abuse, and walked in darkness for so long, in hopelessness, in continuous thoughts of suicide, in continuous thoughts of being somebody's trash. That has never been us.
Oof.
That has never been us. It's a shift of a mindset that will allow the freedom to take place. And when you get the freedom, you get the light. That's what I got today. I got the light. Thank you for helping me get the light.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for trusting me.
For sure.
Listen, y'all, I usually give a little tool or tip at the end. I think we're going to end it right there.
Yeah.
Yana
So
told
you gave
y'all.
me my life.
Say it again.
You gave me my life.
Thank you. And Yana, you shifted, awakened not only things in me, so I know that our viewers are going to leave with a shift in their perception, inspiration in their healing, and I totally know and believe tips on how to start and what that looks like. And for those who do not get into therapy, do not get into coaching, I know for sure this session was like them having their own real session.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
play it 10
thank you.
times.
I honor
Play
you
it 10 times.
for just being open, putting your heart on display, your pain on display. It is not easy healing.
No,
And I always say it's not easy healing with cameras and an audience
for sure.
at all. And so as much as you've always thought you was the giant and the big dog, I have to say this. I think this is the biggest dog I've seen you be in right now in this moment. This was your big one for you. For
sure.
And of course, for your kids.
And prayers answered, because I was walking in loneliness and darkness, asking, where is my giant? Universe, bring me my giant. Where, in the physical.
Yeah.
Bring me my giant. My giant. Thank you.
Two
Thank you
giants.
so- Two giants, for sure.
Two giants.
For sure, yeah. That's how we heal the world.
That's how you heal the world.
That's how we heal the world.
Yes.
One giant at a time.
Come on, girl. I
I love you.
Give me a hug. Bring it in. Bring it in. Oh, my God.